count on you to disburse your generous pledges as quickly as possible. We also hope that many of you will exceed the commitments that you have made today, and that you will continue to support the humanitarian response in Afghanistan, the Central Emergency Response Fund, and the hundreds of millions of people in other crises around the world.
All right, for more insight, we're joined by Wajiha Timori, a lawyer and former legal advisor to the Afghan Central Bank. She joins us from the capital of Kyrgyzstan, Bishkek. Welcome, Wajiha. Good to see you. So it is one thing for the UN to ask for billions more dollars, but so many countries have already been extremely generous in trying to help the people of Afghanistan. Is the UN likely to raise this much more going forward?
Thank you for having me. From the time that Taliban has gained power in Afghanistan, they have imposed a wide range of abusive policies that has rolled back and has violated the rights of Afghan women and girls. Based on the recent news of the UN appeal, which has been so-called the largest humanitarian appeal for one country recently, in Afghanistan, we can see that these appeals were going on and back and forth from the months before, and yesterday or on 31st March, it happened practically on the call. But when it comes to practice, we can see that it's not a correct time to apply or to provide these donations to Taliban directly. And instead, we can provide these appeals and these donations through the agencies and aid agencies and UN representatives in Afghanistan to people. Because I'm pretty sure that if we get or submit these donations to Taliban, they won't reach the people who are in need. We are witness of the humanitarian and financial crisis which is going on in Afghanistan, and recently around 10 million children in the crisis of hunger. So this appeal is a door for hope and wish for Afghan people and Afghan women and Afghan children, everyone resisting in Afghanistan, because they need for this appeal for this money. But the way that we are going to distribute this money to people is very essential, and it's very fundamental to find us this way. Because based on the news, UK is also ready to pledge some money to Afghanistan, and World Bank is also having some development projects for Afghanistan, which they are working on that one. But it's something very chaotic and very controversial to decide on this, that how we are going to provide these donations to people. And on the other hand, we have to see that how much UN is eager to provide this money on the current time to Afghanistan. Because every day we are witness of having fragmented and incoherent policies which are coming from Taliban and the people.
So what are some of the immediate needs that everyday people face there? How have conditions diminished over the past year?
In the past 6 to 7 months that they have taken the power, we were the witness of collapsing and diminishing of all our achievements that we made in past 20 years. Starting from the basic rights of people, which is very basic one, is right to education. The secondary school has been banned recently. The girls returned home in tears, and there is no hope for them to return back to school. Applying of restrictions on women's appearance and clothing, which is something very rare for the world and for people of Afghanistan, but they are suffering and they have to adopt with that one. Working or having paid employments. Girls cannot go for work and they cannot be employed by their employers because of this gender segregation that we are having. In schools, we are having, even for the primary schools, we are having this issue of gender segregation.
Right.
Not only for students, but also for the teachers and instructors that we are having. No way of employment is available, not only for women, but for men also. The appearance of men in the offices. For example, they have banned the entrance of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs employee inside the building of their offices because they have to wear Islamic clothing, they have to have beard, and they have to wear hat. But it's entirely not clear that what do they mean from having an Islamic appearance or attire. So the definition that they're having is very controversial and it's not entirely clear. And day by day, they are having this more of these restrictions and limitations on people without having any flexibility.
All right, Wajiha Timori, good to hear from you. Appreciate your input.